more familiar with us. So, there we are. So, to start, Danae, do you want to give your intro first? Or you wanted me to give my intro first?
I'll go first. Okay.
Okay.
So, hey everyone, my name is Denay. I am a spiritual life coach as well as a psychic medium. I also write a blog. It's called My Divine Beauty Obsession, and it focuses on the health, wellness, and beauty of people of color. I have two little kids, a 2-year-old and a 12-year-old, and I love them oh so very, very much. And yeah, that's me.
It's nice. And I am Nallie S. I am also a mom. I have three boys, technically four. I have one that passed a couple years ago, but I say I'm a mom to four just because I gave birth to four. I'm attached to four. I have four. So,
Mm.
four boys. I would describe myself as an intuitive empath. I would say I've been on this journey for, I would say outwardly about 5 years now, inwardly, to myself inwardly for, close to about 7, 8. So, whew, I'm also an herbalist. I do tarot readings. I do own my own little business. It's called Lotus Den Herbal. Mostly I do herbal remedies for, basic symptoms, things like that. I do make herbal remedies for, other things, but that's with a consultation. And I also do oracle card readings for chakra readings, for chakra balancing and things like that. In the future, I will open up, personal tarot card readings, but that's going to come in the future. But other than that, that is me. And I'm also happy to say a future botanist in training because your girl about to get those credentials. And I'm so happy and excited about that.
Yay!
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm wearing my Yoda sweatshirt today. It is, well, my baby Yoda. That, if I could get my hair right, that my
You
baby
can
Yoda.
figure out what side you're on, right?
Yes, Grogu. I have my Grogu on today. Grogu's chilling with me today. Yes, but today we are going to be going into the topic of what is spirituality, how do we practice it, and things like that. And I get the feeling this is going to be a deep one, so this may be like a multi-parter. So,
Okay.
but other than that, we also, Danae, where's our little banner? I like the banner.
I keep trying to reach for my
There's
this
our
one.
banner. Yeah, that one. Yes, it
Okay.
makes me happy. I just like seeing it. So that is our banner. If you need to get in contact with us, if you have any questions, we are on most platforms. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and now TikTok. There it is. There's our other banner where you can find us. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, get with us. We love it. We like the interaction. We're here for it. So, with that being said, how you doing, Danae? How you doing?
I'm good. The sun decided that it wanted to be covered by the clouds.
Mm,
And so that kind of bums me out because then it gets dark. But other than that, it's been a really good day. I've
mm.
gotten a lot done in a little bit of time. And I feel like I should take a nap, but I
Oh,
can't.
and that was good. That sounds
Yeah.
so good right now. Oh, today the sun is out and it is out, but it's cooler up here, and I am not prepared for my first Illinois winter. I'm not. I'm not prepared. I'm not ready. I'm not like the two times I've encountered an Illinois winter, I've gotten sick. The first time I came
Mm.
up here was when I was 19. And I immediately got sick. I was sick right next to my best friend. I got her sick, and she's like, "I'm like, you get on my nerves. You get on my nerves." So,
Ew. What
yeah,
y'all have? Y'all had the cooties.
no, it was just
Mm-mm.
the cold. It like okay, so I was not prepared for Illinois' winter. I was
Mm-hmm.
not prepared. My jacket was not for Illinois' weather. You got to
Okay.
buy your coat from there for there. So I'm ready this time, but I would still just I hope it's gonna be an easy winter, whatever that is. So yeah,
Right. Whatever that looks like.
whatever that looks like.
Right. I
Yes,
refuse.
yes.
So today, what are we talking about?
So today is spirituality. What does it mean for you? Because I saw what was his name? You point his channel. The one with the really long hair. He kind of has this like little spaced out. He has a little staff. Christoph, I think his name. No.
Oh, Christos Avatar.
Yes, him.
Yes.
Christoph Avatar. And he was like, he did a live like talking about spirituality. What is spirituality? And it's just like, you know, he talked about a lot of things when it came to
Hmm.
spirituality. It's like it's I guess it could be considered so very broad, but I guess for everybody it's gonna be a little different. So that's what I wanted to get into, and especially with spirituality, what is it? What is spirituality to you, especially with being a mom?
Okay.
That's really what I
Hmm.
wanted to get into today. So it's my question. I don't know why I'm dancing.
Are you in a good mood? Are you happy? Happy, joy, joy?
I did. I got a really good message today earlier. I
Yeah.
pulled a couple cards, and today my ears have been just ringing, ringing, ringing. I was and yes, I went and got checked. I do not have tinnitus because I
Good.
was like, you know what? I don't want to be crazy or call crazy. I do not have tinnitus. I was like, there's nothing wrong with your
Right.
ears. It was like, just drink water.
Like everything is fine. Everything is good.
So yeah, but this morning it's been ringing, 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 ringing. So
Mm.
I've been, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna journal a little bit later when I can have complete silence to myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna see what's going on. But I did pull a couple cards, and it was a really, really sweet message. So I'm
Good.
anxious to get a little into it a little bit more to kind of get it out. So
Good. I'm excited.
yeah, so
So
yeah.
tell me, what does being or what does spirituality or what does being a spiritual person mean to you or look like to you?
For me personally, you already know my goal is always my connection with source, with within me and around me. That's one of my focuses. When my other one is, my foundation for my family, but my spiritual focus is always my connection with source.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that connects me with that, anything that benefits that relationship, anything that takes me deeper, even if it's nothing but a routine or a ritual, whatever you want to call it, as a part of your daily life. To me, that is what my spirituality is. That's spiritual. That's spirituality to me. It's not
Okay.
just a certain part. To me, it's every day. It's mindfulness, all of that.
Okay. And so then how do you practice? Would you consider what you do a practice,
Hmm.
a ritual,
All
because
that.
it's not necessarily a religion, right? It's just what
No,
you do to connect
it's
with source, right?
exactly, it's what you do independent of, I guess you could say, something someone else organized for you. Instead, this is you. To me, religion is something that is set up by someone else or others, however you want to look at it, and it's a set way of how you should worship and approach God. Whereas to me, I choose to use a personal approach, and I choose to use that as my spirituality and every single day because I mean, when you think about being mindful, your daily life, and when I think about when I was considering myself a religious person or a Christian, whenever it came to thinking about, am I being a good person? Am I being this? Am I being that? Am I living my life in a way that's gonna make sure that I'm saved? That's how I was every day. That
Right.
that was me. But now it's more so, it's a lot, it's a bit more freer, just by me doing the dishes or cooking, or when I'm cleaning up my house or something like that. Even to me, that's a ritual in itself, and I incorporate my spirituality and things like that with it. So I just do it independently of what someone else would draw for me. This is my personal spiritual practice, what I do for myself. It's mine.
Okay.
I feel like everybody, mostly, well, I would hope that everybody would have something like that, but considering not everybody, has a affinity for a thinking of source or God or universe, I'm not gonna
Right.
say that. So,
Right.
but that's me. That's my winded explanation.
No, it wasn't winded. It was good. It was really good. I think we are similar in how we look at or how we represent ourselves in a spiritual way. Like
Hmm.
I also just believe that there's a source that we all come from. All living things come from this one source. So we're all connected. So we have to respect each
Hmm.
other just for the sake of we're all the same. We're all together. We're all here living this life, right?
Right.
Not necessarily that we're all doing the same thing or we all have the same beliefs, but just because we are all connected to our creator.
Right.
So that's how I see being a spiritual person. So I try to always approach people in a very loving and kind way.
Hmm.
And then once or if they show me that they are different types of people, then I kind of will change how I act towards them in a way that's going to be more, what's the word? Uh, More responsible, or just in a way that is going to, I can't think of the word now. I guess in a way that's not going to hinder
Mm.
my relationship with that person, right? Because some
Right.
people aren't going to necessarily respond positively to receiving love when you first meet them, or they're
True.
not going to understand that there's kind people in the world. Like some people, just all they know is trauma and harshness. So I
Yeah.
just kind of have to adjust just a little bit, but not in a way that's going to take away from who I am, you
Right.
know? But yeah, I think that for me, though, one of the most important things about my own spirituality is just doing things based on how it makes my soul feel. Like if it
Right.
feels good, I'm going to do it. If it doesn't feel good, I'm not going to do it. If I am timid or questioning something, then I'll hold off and I'll wait to make sure that whatever the action is going to be right for like my overall good, right?
Hmm.
So it's just it's so funny though. I'm as I'm telling you this, I'm thinking about that the one time my mom asked me like what I believed in, and I said to her, "Well, it's like the Native Americans, how they believe that every living thing has a spirit. It's
Hmm.
very similar to that." And she just kind of looked at me like I was nutballs crazy, and I'm just like, I don't even understand how you don't get that, considering that we are Native American. Like, we are Choctaw on grandma's side, where, or at least on my side, I'm Cherokee, or for me, I'm Cherokee on my dad's side,
Right.
and then my maternal grandfather, they're Geechee. So it's just kind of like, how can you not see that as being normal when it's literally in our bloodline? Like your grandma, great, like Big Mama, like she was literally Native American. Like if you looked at her picture, you would just be like, oh, she's Native. You wouldn't think, oh, she's black, or
Uh,
she's of African descent.
yeah. I
So
know.
so yeah, that's just how I see myself, how I see things, and when I'm teaching my what I teach my children is just that do not judge people based off of what you've read in a book or what you've been taught, right, by your
Yeah.
supposed teachers, keeping in mind that we did come from a very Christian background and my son was in a Christian school.
Mm-hmm.
So when he brings up things about what is considered evil or a sin in the Bible, I always say to him, like, a lot of that stuff is just for conformity. We're all human. You have
Exactly.
to um, you have to understand or understand really that just because it's in a book doesn't necessarily mean that it's right for you to follow, and that
Mm-hmm.
you should only base what you think about other people slowly from an individual perspective and
Yeah.
not because they're a part of a whole group. Base your judgment on someone or how you feel about someone, base it on how they've treated you, how you've seen them treat other people, and not just because they're part of a group where allegedly what they're doing is a sin or whatever the case may be. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly. Withholding judgment, please.
Yes, like please do that because that's I was like because we our people were judged and then it got us enslaved. So you can't and there was a book used in order to, you know, say why it was okay for our people to be enslaved, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
you can't use that same um um belief or understanding. You have to
Right.
do everything based off of what's right for you, not what because someone else has said. So,
Right.
yeah,
I like that. Sorry, I'm just camera's shaking a little bit.
it's all good.
Okay, but no, I definitely get that. And that's what I don't understand. Why so much disrespect? It's big. Like I was thinking about something, and it's just who am I raising my sons to be? Of course, I want them to be good, good men, successful, financial, independent, all that good stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want them to even I don't even want to say I want to raise them to be good, because you know what? Everybody's perception of good is a little different. I want them to be decent. Just be
Mm-hmm.
decent to people. If you don't respect them, or what, I'm not respecting, but if you don't respect what they do, or what how they worship or something, there's no reason to be
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful. Just okay, just I don't agree, but that's fine. Okay.
Right.
What you do doesn't affect me. You're not causing harm to anybody. You pray, love, worship, and do as you want. I'm gonna stay in my space over here. We coexist, be cordial. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? That's it. Why can't it be that simple? Kids make it look so doggone easy. It's not until we get older and we're told stupid
Yeah.
stuff that we have to believe, that we start treating each other stupid. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Absolutely.
100% agree with you.
That's because they haven't, little kids, they haven't been
And
indoctrinated into anything. They haven't. All they know is that you wake up, you play, you eat, you go to sleep, and that's it. You have your friends and you call it a day. It's not until you understand that there's differences, or that differences even matter. They really don't, but
mm-hmm.
in this world, differences matter. Everything's put in some type of category. Everything is given a title,
There
and
has
then
to be authentic.
everyone is separated based off of where they fall within these different categories. So
Yeah,
it's just weird.
it is. And it's just like, and now it's like we've been, especially as Black women, or if you want to call yourself Aboriginal, however you want to address yourself, they've especially indoctrinated us to hate ourselves so much that even being a shade lighter or darker
Yeah.
makes us feel like we're superior, or that somebody's superior to us. it's just so much self-hate. Like we can't even judge each other based on the way we talk. Like I posted a video, like it the first time I saw it, like a friend of mine sent it to me and she was just like, this reminded me of you. Just because I would always get sick of people telling me, yo, you talk white, you talk white. What the heck does that even mean? Like they got that, oh my God, that got on my nerves. Like even my cousins would, like I think I brought it up, my cousins would get like do that to me. Oh, you talk like the white folks. My development years were spent in Nebraska, in rural
What?
Nebraska. Yes,
Where in Nebraska?
we Norfolk.
Okay.
Norfolk. We lived in Norfolk for a while. That's when my younger sister was born. I think they said we moved up there. I was less than a year old, and we were up there. I think until I was like 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
So my developmental years, formative years, meaning where I would have picked up how I talk, was there with
Mm-hmm.
them, and it was mostly a white area. So I talk
Right.
like this, but my family, when you hear them talk, they have more of a southern accent and drawl than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Did you go to boarding school? Were you like why do y'all talk? This is just how I am." But it always made it feel like, oh, I
Like
gotta
something was wrong with you.
something was either wrong with me or that I wasn't acting black because this is how I talk. Are you serious?
I just think that some people, because I've experienced that as well, especially with like when I was younger and I had a cousin in Florida, and she used to say, "Oh, Danae, you just sound so white and proper," and I would just be like, "Well, it's just." Even at that young age, I knew that people spoke differently depending on like regionally, wherever you live. That's how you're
Yeah,
going to speak, right? If I lived in Britain and I came and visited, I'm going to sound like I was, European. So I don't want to say ignorance, but it's ignorance, right? People just don't know. If they've never been anywhere, they're not going to know that there's different dialects, there's different accents, there's different everything. And it
mhm.
doesn't necessarily mean that you're white or acting white or talking white or whatever the case may be. It just is what
It's
it is. Because let
exactly
me tell you, at the end of the day, like if you want hood to come out, it could come out. But why would you want to test it? It
exactly
doesn't matter. Just as long as I'm not like going upside somebody's head. How does it matter how I talk? How does it
exactly like why
matter?
why does it trigger you that my speech is this way? And especially it's like when I hit them, I was like, if you took the basic form of English, you would know that what you refer to as talking white is just called standard English. There's standard and non-standard, but that's basic education. And some people just happen to speak with more standard or standardized English, meaning they enunciate and they pronunciate all their syllables and their words and their consonants, their vowels, their commas and everything else. It just means you do
Right,
that more than someone else. It didn't say it's a right way to speak or a wrong way to speak. Just
right.
standard and non-standard.
It
Get
just
over
is what it
yourself.
is.
Like, get over yourself. Like
But
the
it
fuck?
just it goes back to being it's just the same as how not that it's necessarily like tolerance, but it's tolerance. Like everybody is going to be different.
Of
And you
course.
don't have to judge everyone. Everybody's going to see things from a different perspective, and that's okay. Everyone's going to live their life. Everyone's going to, uh, what's the word? I guess everybody's just going to be who they are. And
Right.
it's up to us to just allow people to be happy how they want to be without
Yeah,
judgment, without putting them in categories. Just let people be who they want to be, and it's gonna
exactly.
be okay.
Like
We're all
really, like it's gonna I like it. It's gonna be okay.
it's gonna be okay. Like we're all here on the same planet trying to figure it all out. All this extra hoopla and pomp and circumstance is not necessary. Like let's just live and be happy, right?
Right. You know what? One guy, I saw him do a skit and it was really funny. He was just like, "Welcome to adulthood. You're never going to know what you're doing. Everybody's going to walk around you pretending that they have a handle on it. Nobody has a
Right.
handle on it. We don't know what we're doing. We just look, the best we can
We're
do is
just
say,
here.
adulting. We're adulting. And most of us still
Right.
want to go back to where we were teenagers and we could sleep and get some rest. That's the best part of that's the best you can do about it. And to me, it's the same with spirituality. Look,
Yeah.
you walk into this, you're gonna have to develop this practice for yourself. You're gonna have to develop your rituals for yourself. Yeah, you know what? TikTok and Instagram and these social media pages are full of great ideas, but in the end, everything isn't gonna work for everybody. You're gonna have to make this right. Do you know what you
Yeah.
know? Does anybody else truly know? No,
Nobody knows. Nobody
no.
knows anything that they're doing, right? Nobody knows.
We
Nobody. We're all just in here running around without any type of like true guide on how it is, like how you're supposed to be an adult, how you're supposed to do this, like we're just literally just all learning
we're all learning.
from from what everyone else has done before us. So
It's the best we got. So just take it for that, and just breathe. And I promise it's gonna be okay. Don't be
right,
afraid to look for answers, but also put that research, that work in, and get to meditating. You have the answers. Go get them. So,
right.
but yeah, that I think that's a good start as far as what spirituality is. And now for the second part, incorporating that into being a mom.
Mm. Well, I tell my okay. I'll give you an example because I don't think I can put it into words.
No, go
So
ahead.
like with my son, I'm showing him about like our ancestral altar
Hmm.
and why. And he was like he knows that we don't worship. That never even came to his mind that we would like
Right.
worship our ancestors, but he was very curious about why I give them water. And and I was like, it's a libation. It's just letting them know that you respect them. It's letting them know that I respect them and that I want to give them like their honor. So giving them water is like the life. It's a life force, right?
Right. Right.
So we give them the libation so that they know that they are still welcome here and that they have life within our
Mhm.
life. And he's like, okay. And so now he's like every day, oh, we gotta give grandma and grandpa some water. How long are we supposed to? He was like, Mom, would you drink this water? I'm like, nah, baby, go ahead and change out the water, or I'll just tell him, hey, when you're over there, get some water for grandma and grandpa.
Mhm.
And he just doesn't. He understands and he doesn't ask questions. Now my 2 year old, she tries to get into the incense. She doesn't understand it, and she doesn't know the people, right?
Right.
She's met my grandmother, but she was like just born. But nonetheless, um, she it's not that she doesn't know what's going on,
Mhm.
because I honestly believe that she's extremely gifted. I just don't think that she understands, or really, I don't even think she cares at this point. She's just like doing her old 2 year old thug thizzle and going on about her business. But she is very curious about like the incense and the coals that I use to burn it. And sometimes she'll just stare at the pictures, you know. But
Yeah.
it's just going to be a process. I just try to introduce everything to them slowly,
Mhm.
but in a way that they'll understand it based on their age. So,
Right. That's sweet. No, my oldest, I actually will let him know, like, hey, can you change the water? And he's always happy to do it. And I had to let him know too, like, this is not a matter of worship. I said this is honoring. And I let him know, like, because of course the youngest, the 3-year old, likes to dip his fingers in the water, and sometimes I'll get the feeling like he's over there, and I'll catch him over there trying to climb, like, so it's we're teaching you can't do that over here.
Yeah.
But he's learning. Like he'll come over there and I watch him and he'll be like, I don't want, I don't want. So he'll go. But my oldest, he will do things like get fresh water and he'll check the water and make sure everything's okay. And like he'll
Mhm.
make sure there's no, like, that's like, the main thing is keep it clean. We keep it
Yeah.
clean. And I say, don't be afraid to come over and say hi because we have, mine and, then we have, their dads, you know,
Mhm.
so because they're both watching. So, we have water for everybody. And, especially when I make food, there's a reminder you make sure you got something for them. It's like, yes, they have food. They have food. They will have their food. So
That's
in
what's up.
yesterday I did collard greens and turnip green. No, was I think it was collard and mustard greens. So I did a mix and I set some out. Chris was like, leave those for dance. It was like, I got them. Look, they gonna get fed, okay? They gonna get fed. I know they like greens. We
That's
good.
what's up. We don't do that. I don't do that. I don't leave out food.
Oh, I don't leave it. Like I'll leave it until it starts to get cold and then I take it away. I don't leave it. Like it's watched.
Oh yeah.
But like in
I
the
mean,
morning,
but I don't even put food out there. Like
food out.
my okay, because all right. So I have a very like close relationship with my grandparents
Hmm.
even before, but now that they're gone, and they specifically like came to me and were like, "Do not leave food. We don't need it."
Mm.
Right? This is what they're telling me. This isn't for
Right,
anybody else. This is for us. They're
right.
like, "We don't need it." And my grandfather was very much like, because he grew up during the depression, he was very much like, do not waste that food when you can give it to my babies, right? Speaking about his
Oh,
grandkids. And then my grandmother, she was like, they both came at like different times, but they both were like, just make sure that we have our Bible, right?
that's
And
sweet.
so there's a Bible there, and I read to them, in the morning. But
Hmm.
they were very specific. They were like, don't do that. That we like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Very, very, very like assertive with it. Like, do not waste that food, and you have two babies, right? And then it
Mm.
went to like a whole situation of the fact that it's just me providing, because I'm
I
not
got
I'm not getting any help. So they like had to remind me, and they were like, you know. And then I realized that within our family, they were very much like religious people.
Mhm.
So even though now they've crossed on and they see things a little bit differently, but they still want that. They still, for them, they still want me to honor them in a way that's more of I guess Christian based. Does that
Right.
right? Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm clear. So that's why
No,
I
I
just
got
still
you.
read to them from the Bible, even though I'm like, you guys. Sometimes I just be like, y'all know I'm reading spells to you, right? But
Hey,
whatever you
hey,
want, whatever floats your boat.
that Bible, I tell you, you know what? I haven't gotten requests. I do. My thing is, it smells for me. It smells because I will be walking and I'll start smelling coffee. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so the smell of coffee and food was, hey, hey, Tone. Oh, that's my brother and drunk. What's up? Hey, I'm goofy. I'm sorry. I was in mid thought, but food was a thing of comfort, especially I know for my grandmother on my dad's side, and for my dad too. He definitely loved when people cook, and to me, it's just I don't know. When I've been cooking for a very, very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I've been cooking for like a house of 7 people since I was. I love you too. Um, but I've been cooking for a lot of people, and to me, that's affection. I've developed my cooking into an art. So it's
Yeah.
it's how I care. Like if I can give some food, definitely. I have the little gold, $100 bills there, fresh water.
Hmm.
Sorry, cough. And even then, I keep getting something for whiskey. I'm like, whiskey? Who in the
I told you
okay?
you need to put it out there.
I am. I'm gonna go because I hate liquor stores so much. But I found a drive through liquor store. I did. I found a drive through liquor store, and I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go and get it. I'm gonna stop playing around because then the commercial came on for I think it was Tennessee whiskey. They were showing that, and I kept ran. Oh, okay, you whiskey, okay.
Just
So
get it. I mean, don't. I wouldn't leave it out, but
yeah,
you got babies in the
again,
house. But
like again, my and the thing, everything is right by because their room is on the other side of my house, so
hmm.
everything as far as the insect dolls is right by my room, right by my door, where I can make sure that little fingers and hands. But so I try to introduce it, and now that school started, because school just started today, I've modified their curriculum just a little bit to include learning more about herbs and things like that. Just
hmm.
I do not like our kids aren't taught how to be self-sustaining. I really don't. The boys aren't really, unless they take some type of program, they're not told how to take care of cars, take care of houses, or anything else like that. I know what I know just from growing up, how I did, how to take care of stuff. It's just, I want to give him a more of a grounding and foundation before just saying, okay, you're 18, go out there. No, you know what? There's some things you need to know. Like, you need to know a little bit more. So
Yeah.
I want to prepare him to one, how know how to protect himself, not just physically, but spiritually as well. Because I know girls and women in dating, and I feel like as a woman, if imagine if we were taught how to really spiritually, like really protect ourselves, especially when it came to dating, girl.
Hmm. It'd be different. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. My great grandmother used to tell me stuff all the time. But great grandmas they talk in code. They don't really be
They
like
do. They
they don't
really
really
do.
they really talked in code, and it literally wasn't until after I had my kids where I was like, oh, that's what she meant. Like I wish she just spoke in plain English.
Mhm.
So I mean,
You
it's
know,
just all like I think at this point of the game, I know that I am one of the people that who has to break the generational curses of my family. So I am
yeah.
highly like fixated on just telling my kids the truth,
Yes, exactly.
telling them what it is and how it should be, what it looked like, what it smelled like all of that in plain English so that so that they don't ever say to me, well, you never told me. Because I'll be like,
Exactly.
yes, I did. Because I even wrote it down and gave you instructions.
Exactly. It's just
So,
like, I feel like we've been more so prepared to survive than to actually live. And now that a lot of us are reaching that point, we're like, okay, we can survive. We don't know where to go now because that's all we've done. We've just been hit with survive, survive, survive. Make sure you build and survive, but never how to develop, as a person. And that's the tough
yeah,
part. Exactly. I
right.
see Kelly start with small challenges. Exactly. And teaching kids to be self-sustaining. Exactly. It goes so far. Oh, that rabbit hole. That is a rabbit hole.
It is. But we'll
Oh my
definitely have to touch base on that
yeah.
next
And like
in
I
our
said,
next episode.
I knew this would be a very broad topic and it would take us down a hole. But I was like, you know what? It's a conversation worth having.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you got so many. The reason why I really wanted to discuss it is because you have now so many people that are coming into spirituality and
Hmm.
they're very close minded. And I'm seeing so much damage and stuff that are being put out to people, and it's just like, how can you say like that? It's the main reason why I wanted to stay away from social media. I do not like the social media gives some people a voice that really don't need it, but everybody has freedom of speech. It's just I would love to see people be a little bit more discerning. So,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like, you're gonna have to define for yourself what spirituality is. You're gonna have to define for yourself what it looks like for you. No one
Right.
can do this for you, and it goes along with the whole premise. No one's coming to save you.
Yep.
You're gonna have to take that step on your own. You're gonna have to jump on your own.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
can of worms. But we are at 40 minutes, ma'am. So
Yes. And I'm
5 minute
ready.
wrap up. I said I'm gonna stay on you about that time, woman.
Me? I'm
Yeah,
ready.
yeah. I'm putting it on you. I feel like I needed to shift blame, and I didn't want to take it on myself and be accountable. So I just thought I shifted to you because it's easier. I'm
What?
honest. I'm honest. Well, I didn't want to take accountability for time, so I thought I shifted to you. It's just
I don't agree with that. I don't
I
agree
know.
with that.
No, I know you wouldn't. But I
I
tried.
don't. I don't ever accept blame even when I am wrong. So
Oh, you're such a Leo. Oh, God.
I'm never wrong. Anyways. So before we close out, I want to give you guys an affirmation for today. Okay.
Yes.
I am keeping my childlike, curious energy. It is allowing me to explore the unknown and overcome my fears and limitations with enthusiasm and optimism. I am happily transforming my limitations into my strengths and blessings. And so it is.
I
You
love
guys,
that.
please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube, our Facebook, our Instagram, our TikTok, and what else do we have? I think that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
And
guys.
drunk. Yes, I was gonna say drunk and Tony. Thank y'all for being in here and being in the comments. It was so good to hear from y'all. Hey, drunk. I hope you feel better. I'm sorry, but we will be back. Oh, full moon is on the 10th in Pisces. Full moon in Pisces. Yo, it's gonna be a very, very intuitive time. Get ready. And my moon is in Pisces, so I'm so ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right,
Hey,
y'all. Y'all
don't
have.
look. My last two serious relationships were with Cancer men. I love Cancers. Okay, I do. We just after a while it fall apart, but I love Cancers. Y'all are amazing. Y'all just get real cold. Y'all get real cold. Cancer men get cold. Oh, y'all so cold sometimes. But we'll go into that another time.
We're
But
gonna
that
have
has
to have drunk on an episode so we can talk to
yes,
him about
yes,
cancer
drunk. You're gonna
men.
have to join us, sweetie.
Yeah,
We'll
send
have
us
to.
an email drunk with your information so we can have you on the show.
Oh, you mean you sick? You missed the show. Oh, okay. Well, be well
That too.
anyway. Take care of yourself.
That
Ty,
too.
take care of yourself.
All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you later.
Bye. Love y'all.
Bye.